Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Rocket Lab, ticker symbol RKLB. And so here we are looking at the daily chart on Tuesday, April 23rd, after the market has closed, with Rocket Lab closing at a price of $3.68, being up just over 2.5% on the day and continuing higher in the after hours. And I do think the chart is actually starting to look pretty good. I have been having a growing concern with the down moves that Rocket Lab has been experiencing. Really, just down move followed by consolidation, another down move, more consolidation, also known as a bear flag, further down move, more consolidation, and so on and so forth. But now I do think that Rocket Lab could be at a bottom, having hit a low on April 16th of $3.47. I do think that is pretty important. Also, noting that it did not close at or below $3.48, marked by this yellow line here. So I do think that is very important, and that could suggest that Rocket Lab is forming a double bottom. But before I get into that, I did want to go over some of the levels that I do think Rocket Lab will need to hold and or reclaim to be starting to move higher, potentially getting up to $4 a share, maybe even getting up to $5 a share, where we did see these three wicks going up to that level but being rejected. Clear topping signal there, and then we did see this big down move following that. And so if I do zoom in on the chart right here, one thing that does stand out as being very good as far as the close today goes, closing at a price of $3.68, you might notice that that level is above all of these prior highs. So the highest high that we have seen since this big red candle day, down 5.36% on April 15th. So following that big down move, the highest value that we have seen during market hours was hit on April 17th, that being at a price of $3.66. So I think it's really good that we closed above that level. However, that is not confirmation. And so what we need to see is a secondary close, A, above that level. But B, what would be even better would be to get a close above today's high. I think that would really negate a lot of the bear flag signals that we have been seeing here. And so the high of today was $3.78. So I would look for a close above that level, or perhaps even better, the high on April 15th was $3.78.5. So getting a close above $3.79 could be a real signal that we are starting to show signs of strength, that we might be breaking out above these lows or above the highs that we've been hitting at these lows, and then start to move higher. And I think that could be really good considering that earnings are coming up on May 6th. So if we start to see some momentum, some strength in the stock, maybe not breaking out to crazy levels, but starting to close above these key levels, showing that the bottom is in at 347, it's quite possible the stock could be taking off at the beginning of May. But, I do have to caution, though, if it does take off before earnings, then there might be a correction following earnings. But I did just want to throw that out. And I know that is, a couple weeks away. The last time I did put out a video was on April 11th, so on this green candle day. I was excited about the upward moves, but I believe I also cautioned that we needed to be getting closes above these prior highs. We did not see that. We saw a reversal, and so now we need to be seeing closes above these current and prior highs. But another thing that does stand out to me as being bullish, very slightly, you might notice it, it's right in front of Ed's face. If we do look at the price action, we do see lower lows formed in that, and the RSI more or less looks flat. But if we actually get the exact numbers for these days, here on February 2nd, the RSI was at 30.49. But if we look at it over here, the lowest value over here, 29.95. And so that is just slightly lower, but it is effectively flat. And so while this is not bullish divergence, you could think of this as a weak bullish divergence signal that we are not seeing extreme lower lows in the RSI like we are with the price. So that could be suggesting that a reversal is around the corner, and so we might be breaking above these levels. So like I said, I would be looking for a close above $3.79. That would be really strong. But then before I close the video, I did want to take a step back to show where that yellow horizontal line originates from. And so that was the low hit on December 28th of 2022, hitting a low of $3.48. And so I feel like with what we're seeing with current price action, I think that Rocket Lab may be forming a double bottom before earnings, and I do think that we could start to see some bullish price action as long as we are able to hold above these key levels like 379. So I would look for that. But those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.